Today, Wednesday, the 14th of May 2025, we have some hand-picked event to share with you, which of course will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in the list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our hand-pick event, which we share to members only, especially our hand-pick event comprises of goal probability, straight win, and corner kick events, which we share to members only, with huge odds to take your win to the next height. Then you want to make sure to subscribe to the Level 2 Pro membership package plan or the Level 3 master plan to have access to these features to take your winning to the next height. Also, becoming a member have an additional advantage for you have access to our top-notch tutorial classes, which you can take advantage of it. To those of you who are interested to join, the link is below this video description. So without wasting time, let's look at the game we have to share with you today. But before we proceed, we have a quick announcement to make. If you come here to the front page of our channel here, at this section titled as the Home tab, you're going to see that you have members only match prediction events, and we provide games in terms of our Level 2, Level 3 master match prediction events, Level 2 events, and we have top-notch events like up 9+ games upcoming, our best handpick events, which we share to members only. Of course, having access to either the Level 2 Pro plan or the Level 3 Master plan will give you access to all our handpick events, which we share to members only based on our top 10 list, top 15, top 12, which you can make your picks from the high win rate events we shared to take your winning to the next level. Also, becoming a member give you access to top-notch tutorial classes. For example, if you become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan, you're also going to have access to Level 2 Pro classes. This will give you access to the live match corner kick strategy we give to members only of the Level 2 Pro, a simple trick to make consistent win, match prediction strategy you have never seen before, and a straight win and comeback strategy for you that will amaze you, the tactical straight win and 2.5 goal strategy for you, and a 99% win rate strategy that you can take advantage of it. So once you subscribe as a member of the Level 2 Pro plan, you also have Level 2 Pro class access, which you can watch all of this tutorial in one place and start to take your winning to the next level. And to those of you access will join the Level 3 Master plan, you're going to have access to the Level 3 Master classes as well, which will give you access to the excellent corner kick strategy revealed to members of Level 3 only, the top secret AI tool we use to find games in terms of goal probability and straight wins, the game changer corner kick strategy that revealed the top secret site we use to find corner kick events to include in our sleep, the 6 amazing AI tool you can use at advantage, the home and away win match prediction strategy step by step, and the 2.5 goal strategy you can use to beat the bookies and win even more. You can access all of these tutorial classes in one place from the link below this video or directly here. Once you become a member of the Level 3 Master Plan, you can have all of this access. Also, if you come here to the front page of our channel here and navigate to this section titled as the Video tab and click on it directly, you're going to see that we also provide match tutorials which you can access for free. We have, for example, the one we recently published a few days ago, the 4 secret strategy or tips you can use to make amazing winning. We have explained some of the tips you can use at your advantage and also some of the secret tips you never knew existed before. We have included it in this tutorial, which you can watch and take advantage of some of the tips we have shared to see how you can take that advantage to apply it for yourself. We have other amazing tutorials, which of course, the more you scroll across this page, you are going to see even more of the tutorials we have been having over the time, which you can take advantage of it. For example, we have this one here. We have labeled it as the top 5 soccer prediction app you can use at your advantage. We have compared some of the features you can take advantage of it and start to implement it for yourself. You want to learn some of the features of some of the best apps we have comprised here in this tutorial, and you can take advantage of that. Of course, we have another one, which here we have titled as some of the expert tips you can use at your advantage. And of course, as you can see here, this is it here, the expert tips win strategy, which we have exposed. You want to take advantage of some of the tips we have explained here to see how you can put it to use. We have another one here, which we have titled it as the 5 hidden Sofascore tip features you never know to make more wins you never knew existed before. Of course, here we have shared some of the tips of Sofascore and the features you never knew existed, which you can take advantage of it. And if you scroll more across this page, you'll find even more tutorials for free. And of course, that being said, let's now look at the first event we have to share with you. So looking at the first event here, we are looking at Montenegro. That is Montenegro. In the Premier League, we are looking at Buducnost against Jezero. Buducnost and Jezero here in this event, the home team have proved to perform very greatly in the recent event they've had. And you can see the goal scoring capacity 3, 5, 5, and 5. The offensive trend is really good, especially in the recent event they've had. Comparing to that of its opponent, on the other hand, the defensive line is weak and they concede more as compared to the scoring capacity of the home. If we look at the stand performance in terms of the recent event by their form, the performance of the home have proved to lead this table. They sit on the first place. They have recently had 5 events with all the 5 lead, having a 21 goal scored and 4 conceded. The offense is good with a good defense. But if we look at that of its opponent in terms of the recent event they've had, the defensive line is weak and the offense is just average. And looking here at everything in place, we are looking at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, we expect the home to take the lead as one of the major picks. And we also expect the probability of 1.5 or 2 goals over in this event in full time is our major pick. Looking at the next, we looked at Spain in the La Liga. We are looking at Villarreal with Leganes. In this event, of course, Villarreal, the home, have proved that they are good in the scoring capacity with the striking power. That of Villarreal, Leganes, on the other hand, is a good defensive team. And they also try with high offense, scoring at least 2 goals and 2 goals in the recent event they have had, as you can see. But for this event, looking at these two, we are looking at Villarreal, the home, to have at least between 2 to 4 corners in full time. That is, you can look at 2.5 corners for Villarreal in full time or 3.5 corners for Villarreal. Looking at some stats to back this event up, looking at the most recent event had by Villarreal, they had a game against Espanyol, where of course here, based on the number of corner kick they scored or delivered, they scored a total of 8 and its opponent conceded 6. In the next, they recently had an event where they had against Real Sociedad. Here in this event, we looked at the fact that they had 10 corner kicks that were scored to prove that the corner kick event is good. 10 plus 8 is 18 divided by 2 is a total of 9. We want to look at least between 2 to 5 corners for Villarreal since its opponent concede more. Looking at that of its opponent, the conceding power is good. For example, Leganes at the way where they had a game against Mallorca, you can see that Leganes conceded a total of 4 corners and they score 4. If they could concede 4 and the home team have scoring capacity of between 8 to 10 corners per each game, then there is the possibility of Leganes to concede at least between 4 to 5 corners in full time. That is why we are looking at the home to take advantage or to have between 2 to 4 corners. Looking at the next event, of course, with the games where they had against Sevilla, they still concede a high number of corner kicks here. You can see they still concede 8 corner kicks to prove that they are good at conceding, but they only score just 2 to prove that the conceding power of Leganes is good. Therefore, looked at Villarreal, the home team, against Leganes to have between 3 to 4 corners in full time as our major pick for this event. Looking at the next, we look here in the Netherlands, Eredivisie. In this event, of course, we looked at Feyenoord having a game against Waalwijk. For this event, Feyenoord, the home, have proved to have a good offensive trend in the recent event. They had against PSV, of course, almost of equal strength, scoring 2 goals here. Against Real, scoring 4. Against Groningen, scoring 4. And Go Ahead Eagle, scoring 3. Of course, the offensive strength is really good. If you look at that of Waalwijk, on the other hand, the defensive line is very weak. They conceded 6 against Groningen to prove that if they can concede 6 against Groningen, then the defensive line of Waalwijk is not good, because this same Groningen had a game with Feyenoord, and Feyenoord had that probability of beating it 4-1 to prove that Feyenoord still have the upper hand probability to play against Waalwijk to score goals here, and also the probability of it to take the lead. And as a result, here, based on the stats, we want to look at its performance. The performance of Feyenoord at the home have proved to have an offense which is good. 5 events played with 13 goals scored and 6 conceded, prove that the offensive strength is good and the defense is just average. But if we look at the performance of Waalwijk in terms of the recent event, by their away performance, have proved that here the defensive line is very weak, conceding up to 14 goals in just 5 game play. These references show that the defensive line is not good, and as a result, we expect 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, we looked at the home to take the lead in full time, since the probability of goal scoring is high and that of the defensive line of the opponent is very weak. So look at the home as a favorite to lead as one of the major picks, as well as we are expecting the probability of at least 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over is our major pick for this particular event in full time. Looking at the next event, we are looking at Netherlands in the Eredivisie. Here we are looking at PSV Eindhoven against Heracles. for this event, the performance of PSV Eindhoven in terms of the recent event they've had have proved that the defense and the offensive line in terms of recent gameplay they've had have proved to be very offensive, scoring 4 and 5 in the recent game played, and of course the offensive line is great. That of Heracles, on the other hand, also proved that they do score and concede as well in each game played. And of course, looking at the recent head-to-head 2-0 for PSV at home, this time PSV still have a good form and it is coming at home. Looking at the stand performance in terms of the recent event they've had, PSV proved to sit here in the 4th place. They've had 5 game played, scoring 13 and 6 concede. Offense is good, defense is average. Heracles also, on the other hand, have proved that when they go at the way, the defensive line concede more and the offense is average. These two are coming to meet again for this tournament. And looking at everything in place, we're expecting 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the performance of the home have proved to be amazing in terms of offense. The defensive line of its opponent is not that very tight given the probability of goals. And since the away also want to improve, since it has a loss against the last head-to-head, this time we want to improve. Therefore, shoot on and off target on both sides will increase and want to look at the goal probability. At least 1.5 going full time or 2 goals over is our major pick for this event in full time. And to those of you who want to have access to our top hand pick event as well, we share to members only, then you want to make sure to subscribe to the membership package plan to have access to the level 2 pro membership access or the level 3 master plan to have access to all our hand pick event with huge odds to take your winning to the next height. Also, becoming a member gives you access to top-notch membership tutorial classes, which you can take advantage of it to see how you can take your winning to the next level. To those of you who are interested and wanted to join, the link is below this video. You want to navigate that link to see how you can join as a member to start to benefit from all of these features. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.